Alright, here we go. Got this all moved and set up on the sound stage over here for this Hollywood production. So let's pull this out here. See what's going on in this hole here. Yeah, so that's getting good right there. Yeah. Still got some food. I'm okay with it though. Just slow. I'm used to feeding them like twice a week, and it's making my job a lot easier, which is okay. I'm not complaining because the bin, the numbers on the bins are really getting bigger around here. We're fixing to probably double up on bins again. So, easy. Leave them alone there. There you go. Is that another set? No. So yeah, we're not gonna feed them. We were, but they got plenty left down in the middle there, so we're gonna leave them be. And that might be alright too either way, because like I said, I'm fixing to pull this one, I believe. It's really getting tight in here. And like I said, they're about done anyway, so yeah. And it's only been a couple of months, but getting a little dry on the edges, as usual. Without a lid, you get a lot of evaporation, and you have to give them water all the time, so. Well, yeah, I'll be okay with taking that out. And, yeah. So, alright, well, this will be a check-in. It won't be a feeding in. And that's okay. Like I said, I'm used to feeding them twice a week. And ever since I've changed over to this mixed vegetable, because I was doing mixed fruits. They love fruits, and bananas and apples and all that. Yeah, they'll slim through all that. And, yeah. They're just a little slow going on the veggies, so it's alright. Alright, well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to move you one more time. I'm going to take you over and put you on top of the 200 worm bin and have a look and see how that goes. Plastic around here somewhere. So anyway, just hold tight and we'll set up another rig here. Alright, lights, camera, action. So this is the 200 bin. We threw them in the other day. Look there. Couple babies on here. Right through there is about 5 or 6. There's one there. Anyway, alright. We'll just leave that right there. We'll put them back down when we get it done. So, alright, let's see. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And they could probably use a feeding. Oh. A little bit left. Oh, no, more than a little bit. Alright. My job is done here. That's all it takes. Yeah. And my job is done here. I come over here and disturb them for nothing. It's alright. They're okay. We are going to do a little something that needs to be done. We're going to actually take them. I'm going to add them some bedding. That's what we're going to do. That's what they need. You need a little bit of that. So they can expand. And that's what they're going to get. Extra bedding so you can spread out a little bit more. All that goodness. Measured that pretty good, didn't I? Yeah. That'll give them more of a home there. That's what we want. All right. Alright, that's simple. Alright, now we're going to go check on the juveniles, I reckon. See how the hatchling, the nursery being, or whatever you want to call it tonight. We're going to see how it's doing. So hang tight, and we'll set up a whole another sound stage here in just a second. Alright, now, this is the little juvenile being. If you want to go over this for all the newbies, I reckon. Anybody new to it and doesn't understand the lingo or what I'm saying, because sometimes I don't call it right either. So there are 4 stages, I guess is what you'd call it. And so the first stage would be the cocoons. And then your second stage would be your hatchlings. Your third stage would be your juveniles, subadults. They're missing the clitellum right in there, and they're smaller in size. And then you would make it to the full-sized worm, and there would be a clitellum in this area here that would be a swollen bulbous area. So what we're looking for is somewhere in that stage, the subadult juvenile. I call them pickers. They come out and they're like little purple hairs, and then they get bigger. And once they get big enough where my blind old self can see them, I'll literally reach down and pick them up. That's why I call them pickers. So that's what we're looking for. These, we want to get this stage here before they become mature adults to reproduce and make more cocoons in my castings. What this whole bin is this bin is full of the clean outs. When I do a clean out, we pull out the worms. We put the worms back in the bed, set it back in fresh bedding. Everything that comes out of those bins go into this bin. Then the cocoons and the babies, they grow. And as they grow, I take them out. And I try to catch them before they become adults and start reproducing so that I can get my finished castings out of this bin. And eventually when I go through it over weeks upon weeks, eventually I'll get to a point where I don't see any more worms. And I'll call that finished. And I'll take this bin and dump it into a big bin. And then I'll reset this bin with what I'm pulling out of other bins as I reset them. I'll finally dump them all in here and just let them grow out. And so that's what this is. People got different names for everything. It's a grow out bin. It's a nursery bin. This bin right here is, it's a everything bin. It's got babies. It's, and so it's a hatchery. It's a nursery. It's a grow out. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. That's the method I got. So that's the easiest way to go about it. And it's the less traumatic on the worm, I feel like. I feel like that just by leaving them alone and letting them do what they want to do. See, look at there. There's a big one. They got big since we touched them last, you see. So what we're gonna do, we'll get us a little container here. Any pickers that I can find, I'll throw them in there. Okay, yeah. The sound stage is starting to collapse around us evidently. Nah, y'all tried to fall in the bin again. Anyway, I hate setting up for shots and trying to get the right shot. I'm trying to get the whole bin this time, long ways instead of across the end of it, so that you can kind of see more of what I'm doing. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're just going to dig through here and pull out what we can get. Yeah. Pull these out, the ones that are easy to get a hold of. There's tons of little ones here. I mean, just tons of them right there. But we're okay with not taking them right now. But these, like that, I'll take those. And all I'm going to do is pull them out, and I'm going to throw them over in my bathtub bin that already, I don't know, has tons of worms in it already. But we'll keep adding to it. See, that's getting packed. Good gracious. Wow. That is insane. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what I'm dealing with when I look at it. Is that. That's craziness. The whole thing's moving. Anyway, it's okay. I mean, it's a bad problem to have. It's too many worms, right? Anything I can pick up, like those, I'll go and drop them in here. And we'll just keep going. And on the left, or your right, that way, is where I dumped the last hatchlings and stuff from the 100 worm bin. So that was just like this. I mean, that's how it looked when I was picking it up. It was just covered in babies. So, like I said, it's not a bad thing to have when you're trying to raise worms and you wind up with. I guess I don't think there's a phrase as too many worms, is it? But anyway, so yeah, we may wind up just, I don't know. I was going to try to get these finished castings out, and but yeah, I mean, they'll grow fast. They're fast growers. It's one thing I have noticed. They will get some size on them in no time. So, you know. And this section from about here back was an older section, you see. And so there's bigger worms over here than it is over there. So that's one reason why I started in the middle and working this way, is I'm just trying to see what we got in here. See, pick them up like that all day long. That's good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is this is almost like one of the funner parts of it. Is, I don't know, I guess I'm like a kid playing in the dirt, I reckon. Kind of like a scavenger hunt too, all combined together. So yeah, that's the fun part, I guess. Back to my boy days of digging for fishing worms and everything, but and I just let them grow out, and then, as like I said, they get big enough to get a hold of, and that's what we do. And then eventually they'll stop, as long as you stay on it. You can't slack though. That's the thing. This is all about dedication here. You got to stay on it. So you let that sucker there get a cotellum on it and find another one, And they're making they're making more cocoons, and your castings will never be finished. But I mean, you can put your castings out in the garden with cocoons in it. It won't hurt a thing. So, you know, I just like to try to recover as many worms as I can, I guess. But yeah, see, we got some. We didn't get every single one of them, but we got some here. See, that's the name of the game. Just to be able to go through, pull out what we can, come back and do it again. I've done this before on a whole nother reset before I started YouTube. I used to come in and just sit down beside this thing and go through it and pull them out and start bins with them. And I don't know, that's how we went from, what, 4 or 5 bins. We went all the way up to 20 bins now, breeder bins, and then these bins. And yeah. So I got help too. I know some of y'all are on your own, but the wifey will come down and check on everybody and make sure everybody's moist. She'll come down and water if it needs to be watered. She'll come down and give everybody a little drink. Try to keep them happy. There are so many hatchlings in here. It's ridiculous. Oh man, it's wild looking. The ground's actually like moving. I mean, look at there. So that's one that got missed. That's the one you don't want in here. That one right there will make a never-ending job for me. Yeah, that one got missed on evidently on a clean out, I guess. So the last clean out I did in the other video where I pulled the 2 bins out at one time, those castings and cocoons and hatchlings are in another bin. Smaller bin I can go through a little easier, a little faster. And I don't know, I still like the big bin though. Still like the big bin for some reason. But we're fixing to move around some stuff and reorganize the worm room down here. And we're actually going to wind up building another rack system or something. Well, maybe not a rack system, but just basically a table. The table's going to be bigger, longer. And plans to be able to pop these up on the table and work them at waist level. Sitting on my comfy little stool instead of down here on the floor. But this thing's getting some weight to it though. Every time I add to it, we get up, we get the poundage up on this sucker. And yeah, that's where we're at with this here. It's working out. Like I said, these are all most of the hatchlings from the other men. The last one, the 100 worm bin. This will be I should have separated them, I guess, and counted all the hatchlings, I guess, once they grew. But nah, we're not getting into that. Way too complicated. Y'all already got me writing on a clipboard and trying to remember stuff, so no. But yeah, this is it. I won't get real crazy with it tonight. Let's snatch it where we can snatch. If they moving up to where I can see them, I'll snag them up. But, it takes dedication. You got to come down here and do this on a regular basis. It's not, I don't know. I mean, it's a hobby. You can't let it get like a job. But you got to be, I don't know, you just got to kind of be a little stern on yourself. Make sure that you got to be dedicated. These things rely on me to feed them and keep them alive. And, yeah, they're worms, but they're a living creature that I've taken on the responsibility to, to do. I hear people or see people posting stuff all the time about, yeah, I neglected my worm bin, and I did this and I did that. And I don't know. Just a little, I don't know. It's just a little disheartening to see that you took on the responsibility to take these bins and put these creatures in there and be their caretaker and fail at your job, I mean, hey, it's like this little bin here that I hid the worms in the other night and got to laughing because I thought it was worm casting. I mean, I thought it was coffee grounds, and it wound up being worms, right? That bin's been sitting over on the shelf for about 2 weeks, but they had food to eat and everything. So, that's, and they're still alive. When I dug through there, all the little hatchlings were still alive and everything. And I just pulled them out of one of the bins and threw them in the plate, shucked it over on the shelf, and somehow or another it got stacked in with the coffee ground containers, because I got about 5 or 6 of these little containers sitting around everywhere, and that's what happened. They just got tangled up into it. But luckily, they had plenty of moisture, plenty of bedding, probably a little bit of food to come out of the castings I took them out with. And so it was okay. We didn't wind up with a disaster or a stinky bin. So yeah, that's it right there. Basically, that's the gist of that with the big bins. I guess we'll feed this sucker while we're here. What do you think? Because it looks like they don't have much food. I could just let them forage through all the bedding, not feed them, and let them have the bedding, and they could go on and clean up the bedding. But I know the babies are growing fast and hungry little creatures, so we'll just go on and give them a splash in the middle here. I like the middle. I always like the middles. So yeah, we'll just do that. I think we might come up with some more. See, that's a little bit of food, and it's covered in worms right there. So there's another one. Cost them one more. I could sit in here and do this all night. I mean, really, I could. But yeah. Alright, let's feed them. What do you think? And all I'm going to do is take these and I'm going to dump them over in the tub and let the tub run. The tub's not getting harvested anytime soon till I get something different set up. So we'll definitely give the kids something good to eat right through there. Let's give them more. What do you think? Give them some more. Yeah, there we go. Let's give them a big old fat feed. What do you think? We'll have worms climbing out of other bins to get in here to eat, won't they? Alright. So, yeah, that'll do them. They won't starve now. Huh. Yeah. Alright, there we go. We got them fed up. I feel better about feeding them. Leaving them be. Keep finding them though. Every time I touch it. Alright. Well, there she goes. We'll call them good. Call them fed. And Call them fat and happy. Or getting fat and happy. But I appreciate you coming. Seeing what we're doing. Every single one of you counts, so you know. If you've watched it this long, hey, you might as well go and hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? I got you hooked. I done reeled you in. Just come on back. Come hang out with me. Crazy old man rambling about worms. And you'll enjoy it. So bang that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Throw us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Tell me what you're doing, what you got, how your setup is. Like I said, I've always wished that YouTube had the option to post pictures of your operation onto the comments in the video or something. Kind of like, like Facebook or whatever. But you call it YouTube book or U-book or whatever. But it would be cool, though. That way you could be like, well, I got my system like this. Or if somebody had a question, they could drop it in there, you know. So, yeah, that's where we're at. But, yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody. All the new subs, hey, welcome to the fam. And y'all keep coming, share us out, tell people about us. Come check us out. Come back. We'll be back. We're going to throw another one out before the weekend's over with. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. And you know what it is, right? We'll see you on the next one.